I don't like being comfortable. It's the most unsettling and stressful.
Comfort is uncomfortable.
It's extremely uncomfortable. It's like it actually leads to like very serious depression. It need to be uncomfortable. Need to be doing something like terrifying. Like I have a little bit of that like risk taking gene, um, and yeah, I need control over chaos.
That's one of the things. On another podcast, you had mentioned like you love being at the bottom of the exponential growth curve, even
Yes,
when like people around you who are on that linear journey might at the
yes,
outset look like they've got some advantage over you. Is that something that was innate, or you had to cultivate?
pretty innate.
Yeah, I think going back to your
It
not to
definitely
attempt
wasn't
to tell you who
calculated.
you are,
Yeah,
but you're. I remember you talking about your time at the end of college, and your
yeah,
college counselor was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't probably go work for somebody. You should be an entrepreneur, probably
yeah,
because of tendencies like this." But I think that's a rare like all of humanity is oriented toward, especially nowadays, as we've kind of solved the lower rungs of Maslow's hierarchy. It's like we're oriented towards comfort, and you actually have to opt out of the system to get into more uncomfortable situations. So you have to have the like agency and desire to go and do those things, which I think makes it in turn an even more rare trait.
yeah. It's like it's definitely something that I'm doing. Like when I'm weak at something, I like to go and I just personally enjoy solving that and getting through that. Public speaking is something everyone's afraid of. I think I was afraid of it, but like now I do public speaking and I've kind of solved that. Like coding is hard. I learned to code. I really enjoyed that process, like getting better. I think that there's generally like an accepted wisdom. I don't know how true this is. It certainly doesn't, it's not even an option for me, but there's this idea that like maybe you should just focus on like one thing and get to the top of the exponential curve, or become the 10x engineer, or maybe focus on like two things and combine them so then you're the world expert in engineering and public speaking, and that creates a really interesting mix instead of being like the jack of all trades, master of none, which is like
Mm-hmm.
kind of the dangerous zone. I don't know if I'm fully there. Kind of doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna do what I find interesting, and that's that.
That's it. So it starts from a place of curiosity more than it is attempting to like be
Yeah,
uncomfortable for the sake of being uncomfortable.
yeah. Curiosity is my number one currency that I optimize for, more than money, more than fame or health or anything. Like satisfying, satiating curiosity is the number one thing I will sacrifice anything for.
Was that incredibly difficult early on? I think maybe it's easier now once you've gotten to, I imagine, some level of financial security, given the past success of your two companies.
No, because I don't feel it like that. Like I
Okay.
just feel like, oh, this is like I'm getting the satisfaction. Like I'll eat ramen, but I learned a lot today, and so I'm happier than if I ate a steak.
I love that.
It
I
does have drawbacks though, like for sure. There are tons of drawbacks though.
like what?
Just don't make as much money.
I
Like there are plenty of opportunities that I've had to make a lot of
see.
money doing something boring. I haven't taken them.
Have you also foregone? I guess adjacent to that would be status. Like there's status associated with that you could have, or that is
Yes.
not as
Yeah,
much of the
definitely.
trade off you think
Yeah,
about.
definitely. There are status and prestigious places where you can go and do something very like straightforward, make a lot of money, have a lot of status, but not actually learn anything new about the world. It sounds terrible to me.